Communication in English, Interview Project.
Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syarizan bin Abdurrahman. My number metric is BA21110610. Today I will do one interview about the advantage and disadvantage of internet to students. So we get started with the basic question, which is what is your name?
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Mas Malina binti Mahmud.
And how old are you and where are you from?
I am 21 years old and from Sabah.
And what is your hobby?
My hobby is listening to music and sometimes the time for reading.
What kind of sport do you like?
I'm like into badminton.
Okay, so what do you do for a living?
Now I am a student at University di Malaysia Sabah, and
And what the course do you take?
I'm the international business course.
Okay, as a student, you must have the stress. So how you release that?
As a student, basically I release my stress by watching a movie. Sometimes listening to music or maybe the time for sleeping.
Are you using the internet for your study?
Yes, of course, because currently we are using for online classes, so we needed internet.
So for my last question, how often do you use the internet in your daily life?
I'm using mostly every day, every time for internet or searching like everything that on internet.
So let's move on to the topic question. For my first question is, what do you think about the internet?
I think that the internet is wonderful tool, can allow us for communicate, for learning, and can obtain many information from internet.
Does the internet help you in learning?
Yes, the internet is extremely beneficial to my learning right now because of the fact that my classes are online and can help me for research everything in online too.
So for my third question is, do you think the internet could bring advantage to the student?
Yes, the internet has many advantages for students. Like me, can access a wealth of information because it all of us fingers and easy for us to obtain more information. After that, we can communicate with our friends that far from us or easy to us to make our homework.
So in your opinion, is the internet is very important in learning?
Yes, it can improve our quality of education in many ways. It
Okay.
opens the aware to a wealth of information, knowledge, and educational resources. After that, we can increasing our opportunities, learning and beyond the classroom. Internet access open the way to wealth of information and knowledge for us.
Okay, so as we know, internet could bring a disadvantage to the student too. So what is it?
The students
Yes.
who spend internet for wasting their time, like playing games or maybe like me. Sometimes I watch a movie,
Yep.
and as a student, internet also there's a lot of answer at internet for students that can took the answer and copy paste their work, so there's not their original ideas. That's kind of disadvantage.
Okay. So in your opinion, what the weaknesses of the internet in learning?
The weaknesses of e-learning is lack of social interaction because we can make go face to face. So lack of our relationship, and other than that, like a student they can cheating in their doing work and require of self motivation. Like they do not have to do their own work. They just can get the answer from the internet.
So in your opinion too, what do you think if the internet doesn't exist in this world?
If the internet doesn't exist, like people will lack of communication because the internet was really like people can communicate with each other. Other than that, like if we don't have internet, we need to use like email or maybe letters to send to each other, and that's what really takes more time.
Okay. So do you think surfing the internet can release the stress?
Yes. During we surfing the internet, we can download an application that can help us release stress. And other than that, using the internet, we can search many of genre music like we like, or maybe listen to podcasts that can give us motivation for us to release more stress.
So for my last question, what the experience have you had in using the internet?
My experience with the internet is that as a student, I'm able to easily obtain information from various resources and information, as well can communicate with my friends in order to complete the tasks. I also use the internet to listening to music, or um, searching my kind of work, and at the same time, I was able to learn about and see people live in other country and can keep current news nowadays.
So that's all for my interview. Thank you for spending your time with me.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam.
Today I went to interview you on my topic, that is the advantages and disadvantages of internet for students. So I have 10 basic questions for you. First, what is your name?
My name is Siti Aisha.
And how old are you?
I am 19 years old.
Nice. Where are you from?
I came from Kunak, Sabah.
Nice. And what is your hobby?
I have a lot of hobbies, but one of my favorite is fishing.
Oh, great. We have the same hobby. So what kind of sport do you like?
I like playing badminton and volleyball.
Okay. Next question is, what do you do for a living?
I am a full-time student.
Whoa, nice. What courses do you take?
My course is Foundation in Science.
Whoa, great. So question number 8, how do you release stress?
I think do some activity like listening to the music and playing mobile games.
Okay. Are you using the internet for your study?
Yes, of course. I often use the internet for study. This is because the latest learning system desperately need the internet, especially for online classes, finding information, and discussing.
Whoa, great. Okay, the last basic question is, how often do you use the internet in your daily life?
I do often use internet for different purposes. Sometimes I use it for my study, especially when doing some research to complete my assignment. This is because looking for information in internet is much easier and faster than using other sources like books. I also use internet for some entertainment, such as listening to my favorite song and watching movies through Vio, Netflix, and Hulu.
Whoa, great answer. Okay, next, I would like to interview you relate to the advantages and disadvantages of internet for students. Here, I have 10 questions on this topic or issue. First, I want to ask you, what do you think about the internet?
The internet have become the basic need for the society today. It has both advantages and disadvantages. Hence, it actually depends on someone whether they want to use it for good or not.
Okay, nice. I like your answer. Next, does the internet help you in learning?
Yes, it does. There's so much information can be found in the internet. Not only that, it also costs lower than some other method of learning.
Oh, okay. I understand what do you mean. So the third question, do you think the internet could bring advantages to students?
Of course, internet is really important for students. The internet can make students able to communicate with the member group for assignment. This can save them more time to study on other subjects. Also, students can do the assignment much more easier and faster.
Okay, I understand what do you mean. And next, to ask you about the do you think that the internet is very important in learning?
I think yes, the internet allows us to access a lot of lesson information with just one mouse click.
Oh, right. Okay, for the five question, I want to ask you, do you think the internet could bring disadvantages to students?
Yes, the internet is a world without borders and people can easily spread negative culture.
Okay, next question is, what are the weaknesses of the internet in learning?
I think the weakness of the internet in learning is the potential to distract students from studying. This is because the internet has various aspects of entertainment resources that can delay them in study.
Okay, next is the seventh question. That is, what do you think if the internet does exist?
People will not be able to communicate or find entertainment and even hard to promote their business. Students also don't have other choice but study through other methods like books or journals. This will affect students, especially those who come from a poor family. Even though some of it can be found in the library, but there's possibility that the books they want was used by other person or even it does not include in the library. This will lessen the students' will to study.
Great. I agree with you. So the next question is, does suffering the internet really stress?
Yes, because we can find out about new things, new knowledge will able to take our full interest and attention to it until we forget our problems.
Okay. Question number 9. I want to ask you, relate how does the internet change your life?
The internet has changed my life from zero to someone that know all the information, whether in the country or worldwide.
Okay. So this is the last question. What experience have you had in using the internet?
One day, when I was using internet, the network was so slow and I was doing my work online. This caused my work to be done slower than expected.
Oh, great. Uh, Thank you for your spend time with me and always be happy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, first question, what is your name? My name is Shazrin bin Irmawansa. How old are you? I am 21 years old. First question, where are you from? I'm from Guna, Sabah. What is your hobby? My hobby is playing video games. I like e-sport rather than playing outdoor sport. What do you do for a living? I am a full-time student. Next, what course do you take? I am taking Islamic Financial at UMS. Next question, how do you relate your stress? For me, when I facing a stress, I would like to play video games. Are you using the internet for study? Yes, of course. How often do you use the internet in your daily life? I will use internet most of the time in a day because I'm studying in online, so I need internet to attend the class. Next question, what do you think about the internet? For me, internet is an important things that all of people must have because it makes our life easier and help us to do more work easily. Does the internet help you in learning? Yes, of course, because very important to me to enter the class and because all of the class is online right now for me. I do not go to campus and only study at my home. And do you think the internet could bring advantage to students? Yes, I'm use internet to search for my infocom project or my own project that my lecturer give. Next question, do you think the internet is very important in learning? Yes, student can get other information that given from their teacher through internet because the internet is very wide, so they can search more than they want. Do you think the internet could bring disadvantage to the student? I think yes, because some student will use internet in the wrong side, like class. What do you think if the internet doesn't exist? For me, if there is no internet, we will facing more trouble, especially for student. They did not get enough information. So internet is an important things that we must have. Does surfing the internet release stress? Sometimes it's help to release our stress. For me, sometimes when I stress, I will use internet to scrolling media social or playing video games. Yeah, that's a good answer. Next, how has the internet changed your life? For me, internet changed my life. When I entered the class, I did not understand what the lecturer teach. But after the class, I will research more information to get myself understand what my lecturer teach before. Last question. What experience have you had in using the internet? My experience, because of internet, I can done my work, especially project that given by my lecturer. Even it is on the near the union, because internet is so fast and easily to get information.
Hello everyone, my name is Dexter. Today I'm going to have my interview with my friends as a part of my completion in a subject oral communication in English. So let's start with the fun basic question about himself. My first question is, what is your name?
And hi, hello everyone. My name is Stephen M. Dehirang, and nice to meet you all.
How old are you?
I am 21 years of age, born on March 25, 2001.
Where are you from?
I am from the Philippines, and I know you all know it since we are neighboring countries and we are from Southeast Asia.
What is your hobby?
First of all, I love listening to any genre of music, but I don't know how to sing. I am fond of reading webtoons in my spare time, and sometimes I do watch movies, especially romance and thriller.
What kind of sport do you like?
I love playing volleyball. On weekends, I always try to give myself a time to play volleyball with my friends and improve my skills in volleyball. But before I played volleyball, my first sport was the badminton. In my grade school and until high school. But before I was converted by my coach to play volleyball.
Oh, I see. So what do you do for a living?
I'm still a third year student of University of Batangas, and I am not yet earning money.
So what course do you take?
I am taking up BS psychology. It's all about studying and understanding the human mind.
So how do you release your stress?
I always go back to what makes me happy. So I think that's what most important. And I think that is my hobbies. I always give myself a time to think and reflect. Also, I go out with my friends to talk about our lives and, laugh about all the silly things.
Are you using the internet for your study?
Yes, of course. Internet is very essential to my study, especially since we are still in the online classes.
How often do you use the internet in your daily life?
I'm using the internet every day. Yeah, every day. Maybe 8 to 10 hours a day.
So I will continue to ask the question about the internet. My first question for you is, what do you think about the internet?
Internet was such a great invention for humanity. It has become such an integral part of our lives that we cannot function. Aside from that, we have constant internet access. Furthermore, we can send large and small messages and information faster than ever before. surfing the internet has become, part of our daily lives in this generation. We can use the internet to do a variety of things, including shopping for clothes, making friends, gathering information. So making friends on the internet does not only broaden our horizons, but also, improve our language skills.
My second question is, does the internet help you in learning?
Of course, it helps me a lot, especially in learning. I can use the internet to search for the study materials, assignments, quizzes, presentations. Sometimes, if I'm not yet ready, I go instantly on the internet and search for what I am, for what I am trying to find, and I can easily search for and obtain the desired information on the internet.
So, do you think the internet could bring advantage to students?
Yes, no doubt. It can bring advantages to students. The information that the internet provides is a major benefit. A wealth of information on a variety of topics is available and accessible. It is not limited to a single topic only. So this is impossible to achieve without the use of search engines. Students benefit from the ease of access to information for data research, and students nowadays heavily rely on the internet because they no longer need to waste time going to a library, no time for hassle or finding books by a specific author. Also, internet is accessible 24/7, meaning 24 hours every day, which means that it never closes. As long as the students are having a computer and an internet connection, they will be able to access the internet by any means. Furthermore, students of all nations, the Philippines, Indonesia, races, religions, and cultures will be able to communicate and express their opinions with their peers. This method of communication is more convenient than other traditional methods such as phone calls and letters. Students can communicate in a variety of ways, including email, chat rooms, messenger services, and video conferencing like this, Zoom meetings, Google meetings.
Okay. Do you think that the internet is very important in learning?
Yes, definitely. I would definitely agree with this, that the internet is very important in learning. The internet is a tremendous, great resource of data and information. The internet has a wealth of useful and relevant information. So there are numerous blogs on the internet that provide students with the most relevant material and content. So students can get assistance and education. If you have access to the internet, if you have access on the internet, teachers are unnecessary. So this is the most credible benefit of the internet for students. The internet is an important tool for self-study. Search engines such as Google, Bing, and Yahoo provide you with the most up-to-date information. So many sources of information can be learned and discovered online.
Do you think the internet could bring a disadvantage to students?
So if there are advantages to the students, therefore there is also disadvantages to students. Yes, it could bring disadvantages, the use of the internet. So children or the students are more interested in computer communication than interacting with people in real life. Students can become extremely addicted to the internet. Students may spend too much time on the internet, ignoring their studies. There are so many entertainment options on the internet that it is easy for students to become distracted from their studies. For example, prior to exam, students could play an online games instead of studying. So this could have a significant impact on a student's academic performance.
So what are the weakness of the internet in learning?
I think the weaknesses of learning lies on its disadvantages. The internet can be used to promote laziness, even when used for a student's education. In contrast to a library where information can only be read, the internet allows content to be copied, copy and paste. Some students simply copy and paste information from the internet for a university assignment or school homework. So students will never learn the key concepts underlying internet information as a result of such an action.
Yeah. What do you think if the internet doesn't exist?
Oh, that's so horrible, if I could imagine. So the internet is still not the end and be all of services available to humanity, but its disappearance would drastically alter our world as we know it. So people would meet more frequently and actually listen and understand each other if the internet did not exist. So because of the internet, competition for everything begins by looking at others. People would be much happier. good aspect, or this is the good side of having no internet. People would be much happier and more satisfied with their lives if the internet did not exist. However, the benefits of the internet are difficult to live without.
Uh, so does suffering the internet really stress?
Yes, if your mind is racing at 1,000,000 times per hour, consider using your computer or smartphone to unwind or to give yourself a time to relax. Just check your phones or computer. It may seem to counterintuitive, but there are many great apps, websites, and podcasts available to help you distress or to release stress. Even if you only have 2 minutes, a 5 minute, or an hour.
Mhm. So how has the internet changed your life?
The internet changed my life in a way that it helps me in my learning. It helps me in my studies, especially that I have said earlier that we still have our online classes because of the pandemic. We still have no face-to-face classes.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that's how it affects my life.
So my last question is, what experience have you had in using the internet?
I can say that my experiences in using the internet has both good and bad. Just like the disadvantages, the advantages, the weaknesses, and strengths. It is good experiences when I am able to surf the internet easily, like watching videos, posting pictures,
Mhm.
and searching about my lessons and more. So in the contrary, I can say that it is a bad experiences when I have slow connectivity. I
Yeah.
know that you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all for my question. Thank you for accepting invitation for being my interviewer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum and good night. Today I
Waalaikumsalam.
will begin. The first question is, what is your name?
My name is Nur Anissa binti Budiman,
How old are you?
21 years old,
Where are you from?
from Pudak, Sabah.
What is your hobby?
My hobby is sleeping,
What kind of sport do you like?
badminton.
What do you do for a living?
We eat healthy food,
What course do you take?
sociology and anthropology social.
How do you release stress?
I will go out with my friends.
Okay. Are you using the internet for your study?
Yes,
How often do you use the internet in your daily life?
I will use internet in every day.
Okay. Does the internet, what do you think about the internet?
What I think about internet, internet can help many students doing their assignment.
Does the internet help you in learning?
Yes, internet can help many students in learning.
Do you think the internet could bring advantages to students?
Yes, internet give benefits to many students because student can search many information about the subject.
Do you think that the internet is very important in learning?
Yes,
Okay. Do you think the internet could bring a disadvantage to students?
the student could spend too much time wasting on internet, neglecting their studies because there are so much of entertainment option on internet that can make a student distract from their studies.
Okay. What are the weaknesses of the internet in learning?
Online learning has its most promising potential in the higher synergy represented by active dialogue among the participants, one of the most important sources of learning in a virtual classroom.
What do you think if the internet doesn't exist?
When internet doesn't exist, many students can do their assignment.
Okay. Does surfing the internet release stress?
Even though the link between sport in general and health and mental health is very documented, surfing is an effective stress therapy that is often overlooked.
Okay, the last question is, what experience have you had in using the internet?
My experience is when I using internet, I can communicate with others. That's all.
That's all from me. Thank you.
All right.